everyone, and welcome to Pepito Live. Today, we are very privileged to present you with a very exclusive interview in English. We will be talking with Dr. Oscar Chaves, renowned tropical biologist currently working at the University of Costa Rica. Dr. Chaves is a primate specialist studying a phenomenon that is increasingly getting more and more attention here in Costa Rica. That is the discoloration of certain howler monkeys throughout the country. Also, we can observe increased orange pigmentation in the animal. There are a few theories as to why this may be happening, and Dr. Chaves is devoting a research project to understand the causes linked to this new phenomenon. Let's welcome him to Pepito Live. Welcome, Dr. Oscar Chaves. Please, to start the show, could you give us a little presentation of who you are?
Okay, I am a tropical biologist. I am a specialist in primate conservation and behavioral ecology of primates, particularly in uh, anthropogenic landscape, like most of the landscape of Costa Rica and Latin America. During the last 15 years, I have studied neotropical primates in Mexico, Costa Rica, Brazil, particularly. Um, After this time, I have come back to Costa Rica to study Aulata palliata, the mantled howler monkey of Costa Rica. Uh, my particular interest here is study this phenomenon, named abnormal pigmentation of the hair and skin of this endangered primate, Aulata palliata. Currently, I am perform a 2 years investigation with Aulata palliata to determine the probable causes and consequence of this phenomenon.
When did we start observing that there were some changes in the coloration or the pigmentation of the howler monkey?
Okay, this is a great question. When it's difficult to know the exactly date because uh, approximately three the last 30 years, uh, some sporadic records about the phenomenon have been reported by different collaborators. The phenomenon of partial pigmentation or partial anomalous pigmentation is relatively uh, frequent in some wild trops or howler monkeys, but my collaborators uh, in something some years ago believed that this disorders was a natural uh, color pattern, but now we have seen that the frequency and the phenotypes uh, phenotypes of these colors of this is the different patterns of colors are more diverse now, and we can found this anomalous phenotypes more commonly than 10 years ago, for example, or 20 years ago.
So,
Yeah.
Dr. Chavez, what do we believe would be the causes leading to this
Okay.
disorder?
In this primate project, we we are testing two main hypotheses. The first hypothesis is a potential influence or affectation by pesticides, because most of the records we have on this phenomenon occurs in forest fragments very, very close from agriculture plantations, particularly extensive plantations like melon, like palm africana, banana, pineapple, etc. So we suspect that maybe a probably link between the use of pesticides. We don't know what specific pesticide, because in this moment we are studying this point. We are investigating what are the possible pesticides involved with the anomalous pigmentation. But there are a spatial association between this phenomenon, the location of the affected monkey troops, and the location of the plantations. And as you know, Costa Rica is the second country of Mesoamerica with higher use of pesticides. The situation is not good in this sense. The agriculture practice here use a lot of pesticides, a lot of pesticides in fruits, in potato, in tomatoes, in everything, and some of these pesticides are deposited in the flowers and fruit and leaves that howler monkeys eat, and then when they ingest this polluted food eaten, they ingest the pesticides, and this pesticide, particularly those pesticides with higher content of sulfur, this produce a biochemical reaction with tyrosine, that is a amino acid that is involved in the melanogenesis process, and the pesticide, the sulfur, favors the production of pheomelanin. Pheomelanin is a second type of melanin. The melanin is the pigment that produces the obscure color of the skin and the hair. And the other kind of pigment associated with the coloration in mammals is the pheomelanin. Pheomelanin is a yellow or reddish pigment that we can observe in some animals, including the howler monkeys with anomalous pigmentation. And as you can see in our online photos database, there are a lot of different types of coloration, no?
So is there also another hypothesis?
Yeah, the other hypothesis is the mutation, a genetic mutation, in particularly in the genes that determine the pigmentation in mammals, particularly two specific genes that we are working in laboratory right now, investigating if if these genes have some alteration in the genomic sequence. For now, we are working with fecal samples, but in the next month we will collect blood samples and hair samples to analyze in the lab also.
So, Dr. Chaves, is there an area of Costa Rica where we could observe more monkeys affected by this phenomena?
Well, until now, I have no a clear response for you, but probably Guanacaste. Do you know Guanacaste? Guanacaste is northern Costa Rica, because there are a lot of unsustainable agricultural practices and a lot of forest fragmentation, a lot of cows, pastures, etc. And monkeys are so stressed, particularly because the disorder touristic development, the continuous growing in the development of touristic activities and buildings, etc. This affect strongly the health of the wild populations of howler monkeys and many other wild animals. Other hot spots of anomalous pigmentation in the country is Peninsula de Osa, probably the southern of Costa Rica. There are a lot of reports in this region, but for now the project is focused in Guanacaste, particularly Tamarindo, or in Santa Cruz, because we have no sufficient resource, financial resource, to include all areas or other areas of the country.
Now, can this phenomena can also be observed in other countries, for example, in Central America, or it is purely Costa Rican?
Yeah, it's other interesting question. Yes, the phenomenon is not restricted to Costa Rica, as we believed in some years ago. Now we know that this occurs in Mexico, southern Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, even in southern Brazil.
Another question now, are there other species of monkeys, primates, or even animals in Costa Rica or Central America that may be affected by this disorder also?
Or study a focal group in this study are primates, or is primates. But there are also some reports for toucans, for vulture, and other birds, including some terrestrial mammals like coyote, like pisote, and other terrestrial mammals. The phenomenon that we are studying is different. The chromatic disorder that we are studying is different because the animals have pigmentation, but a different pigmentation, no black pigmentation, nor grayish, nor white, but yellow pigmentation. Even in the tropical primates, the reports of anomalous pigmentation, all published reports are focused only in one genera, in Alouatta, in howler monkeys. We don't know why.
If I understand, Dr. Chaves, it's a bit early now to draw any conclusions, and to ask the government to intervene or the MNI or
No.
what can be done for the future? We don't really know yet, right?
No, not yet, because the project is currently working. We are analyzing the samples. We are studying approximately four wall or four free-ranging troops of howler monkeys with pigmentation, with anomalous pigmentation, and with normal pigmentation. We estimate that approximately by December of this year we can have some important results. For now, we are collecting the information. We cannot make some affirmation or some conclusion. There are a lot of work in laboratory, in field, and the reactives we use are very expensive. This have delayed the project, and we are working with knives, like we say, but we believe that by December of this year we can have some results.
Now, in concluding this discussion, is there anything, for example, people like me or the general public, people watching this interview, could do to help you? For example, if we are out and about in Costa Rica and we do observe some animals that we feel may be affected by that, is there anything we could do, for example, to report the location about these sightings, and how should we do that? Maybe report that to you or to Minai, or what can we do to help?
No, Minai, Minai have no capacity to take this report and visitants or different regions of the country that collaborate in us sending the image, the pics of these animals, and they can send the image to my email, and we sometimes make some small discussion about the phenomenon they have seen, and test image or pics we upload to the Flickr database of the project, that is a public database, and all records that people send us have the respective credits in the imaging metadata, and then people can help us send this image, but we need the location, the exact location. Now most cameras have the coordinates, no, the latitude, longitude, or you can take the coordinates with the cellular, and send us the coordinates to make a map about the distribution of this anomalous coloration reports. And also we are looking for potential collaborators. Particularly, we are looking for some financial resource, because we have very problems to make some of the chemical analysis that we need perform. If people can help with this, it will be great for the project.
Perfecto. Doctor Oscar Chaves, gracias para participar a esta entrevista. Gracias.
Gracias a ustedes, Pepito.